The Mandalorian Season 3, Episode 4 is now out on Disney Plus for you guys to go and check out. Smash your thoughts in that comment section below, smash that like button for me, and click subscribe as well. And let's talk about the latest episode of The Mandalorian. Okay, so it's no secret, if you guys have watched my last review, that I didn't really enjoy Episode 3. I thought we spent way too much time on one particular storyline. Didn't need to be 40 minutes. It could have easily been 15 to 20 minutes, and then I think the episode would have been much better. I really enjoyed the stuff with Bo and Din, and that whole battle sequence at the start was absolutely incredible. Really enjoyed it. So, to find out that this episode was going to be more focused on Din and Bo moving forward in this episode, I was happy. I was like, cool. Now, this is what I want. I want to see these guys. However, after watching this episode, there is one thing that I think comes to mind when I'm watching The Mandalorian Season 3 right now. And that is directionless. I just don't see a direction that this is going in at all. This episode, look, I don't like to use the word filler or anything like that, but this episode just felt like, I watched it and afterwards I'm kind of like, well, was the point of that episode, really? I don't understand it, really? What's going on here? Like, what is the story that we are trying to tell here? Like, Season 1 was about capturing Grogu and then giving Grogu back. That's what that whole one was, and then saving him at the end. Season 2 was about getting him to the Jedi, so there was purpose in that. There was a story. Even though we were doing side missions and side quests, we were gaining information each quest to get him closer to Luke Skywalker. Now we come into Season 3, and the whole idea was Bo was going to retake Mandalore, and Din was going to go to the mines of Mandalore and be redeemed. We've already done that in the first, 2 episodes. We've done that, and Bo's given up her whole idea of taking over Mandalore again and reinstating Mandalore to its original state. That's gone. So it's done. So we've already done that in the first 2 episodes. Now I'm kind of sitting there like, so what are we doing? We're just hanging out with Din and the Creed and them training? There's no purpose? I can't feel any purpose when it comes to Season 3. It does feel directionless. Now, there are some great moments in this episode, don't get me wrong. Bo-Katan is absolutely awesome in this episode, and she is showing them the way that she isn't just some pushover. She knows what she's doing, and she makes remarks about, this is as tall as this from Mandalore. I was doing this in my training exercise. We can climb that easy. She's coming up with strategic stuff. We see Grogu get his first so obviously he's going to become a Mandalorian, so we have that. And he has his battle with this youngling, and it's funny. It's great. But then the youngling gets taken by this gigantic dragon, and it's kind of like, okay. So now they're going to do that. But the one thing that we've all been speculating this whole entire time is, who saved Grogu? Who got him out of the temple during Order 66? Who was that? Who was this brave soul? Some had theorized, I can't even say the word. Some people had some theories about, maybe it was Jar Jar Binks. Maybe it was R2. Maybe it was, some people said Obi-Wan did it. But, it literally can't be Obi-Wan. And it can't be Yoda. But some people are saying that it could be them. Maybe some people are even saying that it was Palpatine himself. Because of the whole cloning that he needed him. So he was trying to save him. Some people say it was Anakin himself for some unknown reason. Well, we have our answer in this episode. We get a flashback sequence when we're at the Forge. And the armorer Mandalorian is building Grogu his next piece of armor, and Grogu's having flashbacks with the sparks and everything like that, which I liked because of the trauma that he experienced during that purge moment made sense. And now we get to know who actually did it. And guess what? It's just some random Jedi. That's really what it is. I personally don't know exactly who that Jedi is. First time I've ever seen him. But yeah, just some random Jedi saved Grogu. So there's no big mystery to who saved Grogu. There's no deeper meaning of Palpatine saved him for the cloning thing. Nope, that didn't happen. Anakin saved him for some known reason. Nope. It's just some random Jedi. So now we have that answer. Now the theories are thrown out. So that's probably the most important and most interesting thing about this episode is understanding the backstory of who saved Grogu and seeing Grogu start to develop that, you know, that post-traumatic stress of that event. So that's all good, and he gets this nice armor. So it's good to see them bringing him in, but I mean, he's obviously going to be a Mandalorian. So yeah, I'm interested to see where that story's going to go, how that's all going to do. But when we take it, we find out that the youngling that was taken is actually the son of Tars Vizsla. So we have that as well going on, and he's out to save him. But overall, look, it's gorgeous. Cinematography is great. Visual effects are great. It looked absolutely fantastic. I love Bo-Katan. I think she's absolutely fantastic, and she is at this point in time the MVP of this season so far. She is carrying it. I like Din as well, but I just feel like there's no direction. There's no real end goal here. I mean, look, I get it. You need to set up your stories, and I totally understand that. Like last week's episode, you could say they are setting up a grander scale, but look, what I don't want them to do is I don't want them to be the Mandalorian season 3 is the setup for Ahsoka, is the setup for the next maybe Book of Boba Fett, the next series here and this series and this series to bring them all together. I don't want that. I don't want the Mandalorian season 3 to be a setup season for the grander story and universe that they're telling. Look, I love the MCU. I do. I really like the connective tissues and how everything interloves and everything like that. I love it. But I don't want Star Wars to become the MCU. I don't want it. Star Wars shouldn't be that. Star Wars is so big. It's a gigantic galaxy, a universe of different stories, different things. We don't have to create a universe where everything connects. And now this is my problem. This is why I want to get away from the Skywalker saga. Is one, because I'm feeling the fatigue of Skywalker saga. And two, we have to tie this all into the sequel trilogy. And there's only so much you can do to make it tie into it. And if you're going to bring Thrawn back, and there's going to be this big, like, Mandoverse going on, where we got Ahsoka, Mando, all these people teaming up to fight Thrawn and all this. Why was Luke not in the sequel trilogy talking about this stuff? Like, why was this not a big thing? Like, this is the problem, and I want to move away from it. I really do, and I hope we do, but we're probably not. And I feel like there's no direction when it comes to season 3. So let me know your thoughts on the new Mandalorian episode. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Smash it down in that comment section below. Smash that like button for me and click subscribe as well. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, stay safe and may the force be with you. And peace out.